You sent this lawsuit because you wanted to smear me, and it's not going to work. Okay, you've met your match. And in case you haven't checked what time it is, this is not the world that you grew up in. People are tired of this. Okay, you're paying attention to what's happening with Epstein, what's going on here. We are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
Candace Owens is getting sued by the French president and his wife.
Wait, what? The president of France, Emmanuel Macron, and his wife are suing Candace Owens for defamation? This is weird. I didn't expect this at all. Let's break this down together because there is a lot to talk about. And yes, it's getting serious. Let's kindly watch these clips. All credits to the owners. We come back with more commentary.
Candace has been harassing and spreading lies about the French president and his wife for years, and it's finally coming back to bite her in the ass. They filed a 218-page lawsuit in Delaware because for years, Candace Owens has claimed that the First Lady was a man, born male. She's also claimed in the past that they were blood relatives and that she statutorily raped the French president. And she absolutely deserves this because you platformed a man. You worshipped a man who could say anything that he wanted without repercussions. And you thought you could do the same. You thought that Trump was going to take you to the top. So when he tossed you aside like the day-old garbage you are, you thought you could keep on going with your little political smear. You thought we lived in a world with no consequences anymore for what you say and what you do. Candace Owens, you literally chose the side in which white men are the ones that are allowed to get away with everything. So you, as a black woman who claims racism doesn't exist anymore, are now going to be the one that pays the price for all of the lies. You thought you could spread hateful rhetoric just the same as the white guys, but guess what? Now you are going to be the one who takes the punishment for all of them. You thought being a pick-me for the DOJ would shield you from this, but every other black woman in America could have told you that the rules are different for you, Candace.
Candace Owens, the lawsuit for defamation. Is Brigitte Macron a man or a woman? Let's get into it. On July 23rd, 2025, Brigitte Macron filed this lawsuit in the Delaware Superior Court. According to the lawsuit, she alleges Candace Owens, a political commentator and author, defamed Brigitte Macron by claiming that Brigitte Macron is really a man. Some of Candace's evidence is the following. Brigitte Macron is really this man. And when we look at the photos, there is a lot of similarity there. Look at the nose, look at the mouth. Brigitte says, that's my brother. It's not me. I didn't take on that identity. She also points to things like this. Hey, what's hanging out down there? What is that little thing in between your legs? Here's a little better picture of it.
Oh my.
Brigitte claims she's been defamed. Her reputation has been ruined. There is so much pressure, so much stuff going on in France about the relationship between Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte. It's caused her damages, and she wants money, and she wants Candace to be quiet. And this is really the big scandal. Brigitte is 72 years old. Emmanuel Macron is 48 years old. There's a pretty big difference there of 24 years. And how they met, Brigitte goes into this in her lawsuit, they met when Emmanuel Macron was in high school at a place called La Providence. Brigitte Macron was the drama teacher. She doesn't say how old Emmanuel was when they met. They leave that kind of out of it. She was mentoring him. She was helping him academically. Everything was legal. Everything was all fine. They didn't do anything at that time. No, never did. But the family, Emmanuel Macron's, got suspicious, and that Emmanuel then was sent off away to another school. But he always told her, one day I will marry you. It's the real love story between these two. As time went on, their love deepened. Brigitte Macron divorced her husband at the time in 2006. And then in 2007, Emmanuel Macron and Brigitte got married. There's some other issues too. We've seen stuff like this. The little hands on the face he got caught off guard with. Right. So weird. Candace's thing is she's saying like Emmanuel Macron is compromised. He's been compromised with this transgender Baphomet cult with elites, and that Brigitte is really a man and she controls Emmanuel. All of this now will be open to discovery. This means that Brigitte Macron will have to produce evidence. Where are you, Brigitte, with these children that you say you have? Let me see the pregnant photos. As a matter of fact, why don't we just take your DNA And that will put everything to rest. And the conspiracy theories will either be true or false. All of this remains to be seen. But if they are false, Candace Owens could be sued into oblivion. I keep an open mind. I want to see the evidence. I'm very interested, and I'm sure the public is as well.
So here is what's going on. Candace Owens, the American political commentator and speaker, said something about President Macron and his wife Brigitte that they believe is false and damaging. Basically, they say she lied about them in public, and now they are taking her to court. Oh my God, this is crazy. Defamation means when you say or post something false about someone that hurts their reputation. It can be spoken or written, and if it causes damage, the person can sue you. That's what's happening here. Now, imagine this, a US political speaker being dragged into international legal trouble with the French President and First Lady. That's next level. Yeah, that's really next level.
Are you seeing what Candace Owens is pulling now? This is fucking wild. Okay, so I didn't even know about this until today. I woke up and saw a comment on the post I made of her saying, oh, you're one of those people that are getting paid. Like, paid? Ooh, what are we getting paid for, right? I start looking it up. And Candace Owens is blatantly out there saying that she is willing to pay $10,000 to anyone who can come up with the concrete evidence of this conspiracy against her. That they are paying these influencers to talk badly about her. Shut the fuck up. You started this mess. You opened your mouth, you talked some shit, you pissed off half of America, you stirred up the hornet's nest, and now all of us dislike you a lot. And this is from people that used to like you. I loved you. Again, I loved you. And so this is just funny because I've watched her for years, so I can see her personality trait coming out on this. She's never wrong. You know this. She's never, ever wrong. So the fact that she ran her mouth and she pissed us all off, and now we're all talking shit, she cannot admit that she's wrong. So what she's saying is there's an active marketing campaign against her. And that's why we're all saying these nasty things about her. Bitch, you done fucked up. You can't just come to terms with the fact that you're wrong. You're wrong and you pissed us all off. No one's getting paid. Shit. I wish I was getting paid for talking shit on you. That'd be awesome. But I'm doing this shit for free because you pissed me off so bad. So anyways, I hope you're all realizing she's playing the victim here. This is a whole scheme on her side to try to say that we are getting paid to talk shit about her. Bitch, if you didn't say what you said, none of this would even be happening. So, again, you done fucked up, Candace.
So, why are Macron and his wife upset? From what I heard, Candace talked about personal stuff involving their relationship. Some people say she repeated rumors about Brigitte Macron's past, something really sensitive in France. Whether it's true or not, if it's not proven and said in public, that's where the defamation part comes in. Yeah, the Macrons say these things are not only false, but also hurtful to them and their image. And remember, this is not just anyone. This is the President of France. So now the issue has become a major international scandal.
And today, I have been sued by the First Lady Man of France. So let's just go, guys. Let's just go. Welcome back to Candace. Anyways, I am floored. Are you floored? Because this is just goofy. You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I got to give it to you. You've definitely got balls. Fire everybody around you. And I mean literally everyone around you who told you that this was a good idea, that this was a very good idea for you to be the sitting first lady of a country to file a lawsuit against a journalist of another country. You are literally making history in all the wrong ways. And I want to be very clear here right at the top that this is obvious, very clear that it is an obvious and desperate public relations strategy. That's what this is, Where do we even begin? Okay, so let's rewind this. In case you're new here, a few weeks ago, Brigitte finally lost her defamation claim against two journalists, which was taking place for years, by the way, over in France. It was the most viral story worldwide. Everyone's going, okay, obviously something is here. She's been clinging to this defamation claim, saying, oh, well, I'm suing them for defamation, and this is not true. And Brigitte's world, therefore, came crashing down because that was her only effective PR strategy. That was the only thing that they used to dissuade the rumors that she was born a man. The press in France lied about their origin story. They lied about everything. They tried to present them as some modern couple, telling us that she was so hot, she was Claudia Schiffer, and even though he was 14, she was just irresistible. And then you see this picture, and you're going, what? That's a picture? The hot teacher that the press was trying to sell so people wouldn't question this odd relationship. A person that's 40 being attracted, or alleged to be 40, I actually think Brigitte's older than that, is attracted to a 14-year-old boy. That's disgusting. It's perverted. No matter what, this is an incredibly perverted story, which centers around individuals who happen to surround themselves with other perverts. That's the reality. You cannot look away from that. And then, of course, right about the time that President Donald Trump personally called me and told me that Emmanuel Macron asked him to order me to just stop talking about his wife's penis, then the world knew something was going on here, because that's not normal. That is completely not normal for a sitting president to get on a plane, to come over and visit another sitting president, discuss Ukraine and Russia, negotiations for world peace, and then to take him to the side and say, hey, so do you know Candace Owens, this podcaster? Yeah. That was the moment where the world went, it's over, pack it up, go home. There's clearly something here. So Brigitte is now pivoting strategies. That's what's happening here. I told you already that they went to market in America to hire a crisis PR team on American soil.
Well, it looks like Candace Owens is in trouble, folks. That's right. The First Lady of France, Miss Macron, has filed a defamation lawsuit against Candace Owens. Candace Owens has been running around calling Miss Macron, the First Lady of France, a transgender. Miss Macron has filed a defamation lawsuit against her for that. And I believe that Miss Macron will be successful with this lawsuit. I believe that Miss Macron will win this lawsuit. And here's why. This is the First Lady of a sovereign nation, the nation of France. And she has been running around for years saying these terrible things about her. But now she's going to get her justice in court. And it looks like Candace Owens is going to be paying out a lot of money because Mrs. Macron, I don't think she's playing around.
Now, this lawsuit could mean big problems for Candace. If the court in France finds her guilty of defamation, she could face a fine, or even worse, they could ban her from speaking about the topic again. And with social media, even things you say online can lead to legal trouble. We all know this. So you have to be very careful. Also, this could damage her brand. Candace is known for speaking her mind, but this might push things too far, especially when you cross into international politics. France takes defamation very seriously. Yeah.
Is it lawsuit day or what in the United States of America? Cardi B is being sued for attacking somebody with a microphone. Was it last year or a few months ago? The lady threw water on Cardi and Cardi responded. I don't know how much she's suing Cardi for, but yeah. Now Cardi ain't the only one now. Then you got that lady that can't grow her hair down her back. What's her name? Candace Owens. Her length has been the same for the past 15 years. She's being sued by that lady named Brigitte Macron or whatever her name is over there in France, or we over there. Candace said this lady was born a man. And then Candace doubled down on it today and said she gonna talk about it on her podcast. Now I'ma tell y'all, I don't know about that Cardi lawsuit, but I know for a fact that Candace gonna lose this lawsuit. One thing is letting me know. Y'all see this lady hairstyle? That wig. Mr. Brigitte say, bitch, I might be old, and my wig may be sitting sideways, always in a daze, but I'm gonna take everything you got, ho. Candace, you gonna lose this lawsuit. They gonna take everything Candace got, including her hair products that don't help her hair to grow.
Candace Owens is being sued by the French First Lady for saying she's not a lady. Yep, she was sued in Delaware court because nothing says serious international diplomacy like a libel suit over a podcast episode called Becoming Brigitte. Yep, you heard that right. Brigitte Macron, wife of French President Emmanuel Macron, is suing Candace Owens for defamation, emotional damage, and what can only be described as global level sass. Why? Well, because Candace suggested on an 8-part podcast, no less, that Brigitte was born a man, and not just any man, her own brother. Like, we're not even doing subtle anymore. And because this is America, the lawsuit was filed in Delaware, because apparently that's where international drama goes to party. Macron said Candace ignored several retraction requests, and Candace, First Amendment. France responded with libel, and now we're watching the courtroom version of The Real Housewives of Versailles. So to recap, one conservative firebrand plus one French First Lady plus a gender conspiracy equals a 218-page lawsuit filed in the United States. Candace is calling it an attack on free speech, and the Macrons are calling it defamation, and I'm calling it just a random Wednesday. I just want to watch the second season of Becoming Brigitte.
People online are divided. Some are defending Candace, saying she's just exercising free speech. Others are saying she crossed the line. And honestly, this shows us something deeper. The internet is not a free zone where you can say anything without consequences, especially about powerful people in other countries. Even if you are in America, if you speak on someone in another country and they think you hurt their name with lies, they can come after you in court. This is a warning to influencers, podcasters, YouTubers, everyone. So here is what I think. Everyone has the right to speak, but with that comes responsibility. If you are going to talk about someone publicly, especially a president and his wife, make sure what you say is true. Because once it's out there, you can't take it back. You can't. Candace Owens is smart and bold, no doubt about that. But sometimes boldness comes with risk, and now she's facing the consequences of her words. So this situation shows how serious it is when you speak on a global figure without proof. So this is all I had to say about this. What do you think about this lawsuit? Do you think Candace went too far? Or is this about protecting free speech? Let me know in the comments. This story is still unfolding, and I will keep watching it for updates. So don't forget to like, subscribe, so you don't miss the next update. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.